These are creepy things that men have said to women. You said no, but I pretended not to hear you. A man significantly older than me once said, "Daddy knows best, so let me show you." When I told a man that I was married, he said, "I wonder how your husband would react if you never made it back home. You should feel lucky. I'm trying to teach you something."
Ooh, tag me, I've got a couple here. Apparently this is from like a married man with loads of TikTok followers who was messaging a TikTok model over the course of a year. This one's not so bad, we'll start off soft. My wife is a hottie and amazing and does amazingly in bed. Not sure why he's talking about his bedroom antics with a complete stranger, but there we go. But I get that because I'm good to her, it requires work. I mean, the amount of narcissism
It's him.
within that. What?
You were talking about him.
Him?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Right, we'll scrap that one. This one, again, is a married man. "This is too much information, but my wife just had a good orgasm. I'll never understand how that feels for her. No man will, but whatever."
Him again.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Him again. To the same person.
Yep.
Okay. He's married, though.
You got it.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Right, ignore that one, because he advocates for women. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Right, this is nothing to do with him. This is someone else. It's completely random. Okay? "I enjoy BJs, and I don't get them by going off late at night to do what I want." It's him again, isn't it?
You know it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course it is. But he says right after that, "But it's insanity, the disrespect men have towards their marriage." But he's...
I know. Crazy, isn't it?
What's that? Okay, so I don't have any to share.
But these guys do, so go and give them a follow if you want to see all the receipts.
And FYI, a respectful marriage would be to keep that sort of stuff private and not throwing them into attractive women's DMs.
Alright, we have some more shit about Robbie. It just never ends. I'm going to share with you Casey's story. She sent me some screenshots today that she wanted me to share. She had her dealings with Robbie in 2021. You will hear about that in what I'm about to read you. Essentially, she ended up realizing Robbie was not a safe person. She blocked him, but in 2022, he came across her For You page through a BetterHelp ad. It traumatized her. It made her have flashbacks of things that had happened. So she decided to reach out to BetterHelp. And of course, she never heard back. But these are those messages, and they are very, very damning. Anything that's blacked out is just private, personal information that she does not want shared, and we are going to respect that. This was sent June 25th, 2022, so about a year ago. "Hello, Alan. My name is Casey, married for 16 years, a teacher and a mother to 5 children. I learned through some research that you are the founder of BetterHelp and wanted to reach out to make you aware of the behaviors of one of your sponsors on TikTok, Robbie Harvey." Now, I blacked out the next paragraph because it's pretty personal, but essentially she was just saying she was going through a vulnerable time in her life. "During this time, around spring, summer 2021, I discovered Robbie Harvey's channel on TikTok and commented on one of his videos. He highlighted my comment, praising my testimony of faithfulness. That meant a lot to me, the recognition from a man and the validation I was so desperately seeking at the time. So I followed him, and he immediately followed me back. He began to message me back and forth, asking about my marriage with my husband. He then asked me if I would be willing to help him create a forum for abused women. He said he really needed my help and assistance with creating the forum and shared with me his usernames, passwords, etc. His following was growing close to 1 million around that time, and I felt honored to be asked by him that I really wanted to help women in similar situations as myself. I just wanted to highlight that I asked her if he ever offered to pay her. He did not. So this is another thing that narcissists will do. We are actually seeing that with the Colleen Ballinger. They will use vulnerable people that they can prey on for free labor. He then asked me if I had an Instagram account and if he wanted to share a picture of his wife and their new house with me. So I shared my information with him. On Instagram, he sent sexy photos of his wife he had taken, told me he and his wife talked openly about sex and that she was okay with him having women friends. He proceeded to ask me explicit questions about sex, if I thought of other men while I had sex with my husband, and if I had thought of him when I had sex with my husband. I remember him asking that question and how it made me feel. I stared at the screen for a long time, and when I replied, I changed the subject. It made me feel very uncomfortable, and then I began to question what his purpose was in asking me these questions. We've got more, so come back for part 2.
My wife loves sex, and she loves a lot of it. Luckily for me, many people say, well, she just has a high sex drive. And though I get that to a point, I work hard for that sex drive. I constantly remind her that she is the most beautiful human on the planet, and I literally believe that. I always tell her I love her. I constantly tell her that I appreciate her. I try to do my best to help around the house. I try to do my best to help with the kids. I try to do my best to make her life easy. I do all these things as a reward. Now get over yourself for those of you saying, oh, this shouldn't be a reward. She uses it as a reward to entice me to help her. And to be honest, I'm not complaining.
Narcissists objectify their partners and treat them like trophies because they gain identity through the feeling of superiority over other people. Narcissists are obsessed with appearance. They want to have the hottest wife. They want to have the biggest house. They want to have the best cars. They want to have the most beautiful family. Everything needs to look perfect on the outside because they get validation and gain a feeling of identity through other people. That is their supply. That is their life force. It's very clear that Robbie has an obsession with appearance. I still have yet to see a video where Robbie Harvey is not talking about his wife's looks, sex, or painting himself as a victim through her cancer diagnosis. I would be absolutely humiliated if my partner made videos about me like that. I'm not ashamed of sex, I'm not ashamed to talk about it, but I don't want someone to only talk about me as their hot girlfriend who likes to fuck. Furthermore, him speaking about it as if it is a reward where she's enticing him so that he'll get things done around the house, no. And if you needed more proof, here. These screenshots are on his Instagram, they're still there. This person says to him in the comments, on TikTok, "You're just a professional simp now, huh?" Robbie says, "I have a hot wife, beautiful family, and nice home. If that's a simp, then I'm no professional. I'm an expert." This person says, "A woman should compliment your life, not be the focus of it." Robbie says, "You're out of your mind. When you put a woman first, she'll do everything for you. And more. And more." And then if you notice below, he says, "A lot more." Obviously talking about sex, as he always does. Here's one where someone says, "You're a shitty husband," and he says, "Then why do I need a new mattress?" Insinuating that him and his wife are just like fucking so much. Again, bro, you need to get help. None of the females in the comments are going to sleep with you. He says, "I would highly suggest you see the videos with my wife. Now send me a new mattress. It's worn out." I've yet to hear him talk about her in any other way.
Look at Hunter Avalone. He was too sore. His wife left him for 5 BBC.
I debated this guy and everyone's telling me to attack him. You know I haven't. The spirit of Jezebel that destroyed his life. If we all make fun of him, our wives are going to do the same thing to us.
I debated him too about like masculinity and stuff, and he was saying that like small penises in Greek mythology were a sign of masculinity. Now that his wife left him, I think it's worthwhile to read because it's funny. But the only reason—
Is it funny when he himself? You want to actually do this to him?
No, I didn't lie.
No, bro. I don't want to attack Hunter. Yo, Hunter, here's the truth.
This is the thing where I want to make this video is that it is always funny that these type of men are so fake and they think they know it all, right? They counter all these conversations about other men, like, you know, manosphere talk, anything. They think they know. They cater to women. They think themselves as male feminists. But that's the danger. One is that these type of men fail in relationships, right? Because they think they, you know, being a woman, right? Having the thought patterns of a woman in a male body will benefit them. Or that they think that they could cater to women in the sense that cater to their feelings, going against biology, right, is going to benefit them. Also, they could be, they're fakes, they're liars, right? Most times, these type of men are the ones that are the abusive ones, are the cheaters, are the liars, and things like that, because they cover it up with this facade of being so feminist in nature. And there's always proof in the pudding. I showed these two creators, but there's one like Derek Jackson. He was the epitome of it, you know? Derek Jackson, and I have a video of that too, where he talks all these crap about men and trying to prop up women, but it's a lie, it's a fake. And because in essence, he was cheating on his wife, having sex with multiple women, while condemning those actions to the public, right? Saying that men that cheat are terrible and all this stuff, but he's the one who is doing it. That's why sometimes, like, a lot of these men, I think they are liars, they are weak, they're cowards, and really they have no real male figures in their life, nor they don't learn from experience, nor do they learn from life as a man. So a lot of these men are a joke, and I think it's so funny that they say a lot of things and yet their life is counteractive to it. Like, say that they condemn cheating, yet they are a cheater themselves. They can't condemn abuse, yet they are abusive themselves. So, these fake men, you gotta watch out.
Are you really gonna argue with me and say that crying isn't weak?
It's not, and it's further evidenced by the fact that masculinity is a social construct. Do we want to look back at ancient Greece? You know, small penises used to be a symbol of masculinity back then.
Yeah, they were also having gay in Greece.
That's irrelevant to what I just said.
Pretty
Do
relevant.
you acknowledge that certain aspects of masculinity have changed over time and throughout history?
Yeah, masculinity and femininity is parallel in every single animal kingdom. The leader, the father of a family in any animal needs to be strong, needs to be winning, bringing food to the table. And if you waste time crying, someone else is going to eat you alive.
I'm not advocating that men just cry all day, every day at everything. This isn't just for men. This is literally for every human being. Women shouldn't be melting down crying at the job either. There's a time and a place to express those emotions. And again, it's okay for a man to be vulnerable at times. That is a necessary component of, honestly, the human experience and the ability to better your own mental health. I am not able to satisfy my wife in bed, and that I'm a two-pump chump. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. The two-pump chump. That's me, okay? As I was hearing that my wife said that I was inadequate, didn't satisfy her, and was a two-pump chump. It's very, very strange. Now that we're divorced, Karen's taking the kids, and they're gonna move away, and I'm out. I'm gonna go start my own business. My crypto mining business. Adios.